Hello there, I'm back. The reason I'm back is that I wanted to show you another flower that I picked today which matches my dress. I hope you can see the colors. It's quite bright over here. So this is a rose that I picked in my neighborhood. I wish that I could share the aroma of this rose with you. Of course, that's something I cannot share with you through this screen, but I assure you it smells divine, as roses should. And in my last video, I recall, not my last video, but the video before, about the little blue flowers when I had first picked them, I remember I had said, let's enjoy them while we can. And what that statement alludes to is that everything in this world is finite, and that these flowers, we can only enjoy them for a particular period of time before they will wilt away and be gone. And that's like anything in the world. This is a finite world, and it's interesting to think about the essence which exists in this flower. Although this flower is finite and shall perish, this flower contains something infinite in its essence. The aroma which comes from this flower is ultimately something beyond our conception. Excuse my dog, I'm sorry. And basically what I want to say to you is that I'm really annoyed with my dog right now, barking, but that's all natural. Chase? Hey! Quiet, please. Good boy. Good boy, Babu. So this also reminded me today. Stop it, please. Come. Okay, Chase is going to sit with us. And what this reminded me of today was the Buddha's flower sermon. The Buddha is famous for giving a flower sermon where he showed up late. First of all, he was quite late. His congregation was quite annoyed at how late he was. And when he arrived, what did he do? He held up nothing but a flower. He said nothing. He was completely silent, and he just held a flower in his hand. And I think he may have twirled it. And he just sat there at the front with the flower, and it was called the flower sermon. The reason being that the flower was the focus for the sermon, and essentially Buddha brought a guest speaker, and this speaker, being the flower, was a silent speaker. But the beauty and the aroma which comes from these flowers is like God speaking. It's like God is speaking. This is God's language. This is God's language in the flower, in the beauty, in the aroma, which cannot be replicated. You cannot replicate the scent of a rose. You can only imitate and make attempts, maybe make a synthetic replication, but there's nothing like the real thing. And that's what I'm here to tell you, is there is nothing like the real thing. And I'm always teaching about real bling, trying to bring that to everyone's attention. What real bling is. This is real bling right here. Money cannot buy the fragrance of a rose. Money cannot buy it. All the money in the world cannot replace this rose and what it means, the sanctity of this fragrance, the sanctity of the beauty and the fragrance of this rose. And even Chase. Chase, you want to smell the rose? No? Oh, little Boo. He wants to go play with the other doggies. So, that's all I want to say about that. Just take the time to look at the flowers and take the time to stop and smell the roses, because the roses are the real bling. And that's what Buddha was trying to tell you, I think, in the flower sermon. That's my interpretation of the flower sermon, is that this is a real bling. This is the real thing. So if you want to be a real thing, bow down to the real thing. The flowers, the roses. Stop to smell the roses. Do not be in such a rush in your life that you cannot stop to smell the roses, because that would be a tragedy. The tragedy is that you don't have the time, because you're rushing. You're rushing here and you're rushing there, always going here and there and everywhere, except home. When will you stop? In that moment, when you stop and you smell that rose, do you know what? You have been delivered. You have delivered yourself home in that single moment. Those moments are precious. You can add those moments up and build yourself up into heaven. And that's your destiny. Your destiny is to reap the real bling, the real thing. Okay? That's my flower sermon. That's Lori Dawn, Freedom Noor's Bunny Love. This is her flower sermon to you. Take the time to smell the roses, and take the time to pick some real bling and acknowledge the real bling in your life. The flowers and the birds and the puppy dogs. And yeah, grow the love in your heart. I know that there is an essential quality to these beauties that is so powerful. You can't match it with money. You just can't match it with money. Money cannot replace this. Money cannot buy fragrance of a rose. Money doesn't smell. Money is dead. Money is not alive like this flower. Money is a dead thing. You know, and if I dropped $100 bill on the ground, you'd probably stop and pick that up. But how often would you stop and smell a rose, which is priceless? This is priceless, okay? Priceless. This is like a diamond. This is a real bling, the real thing. Real bling, the real thing. You want to be a real thing? You better get with it. It ain't no thing. Just pick yourself a flower. Engage in all your power to manifest abundance. Oops. To manifest abundance. To experience transcendence. So pick a rose, or just stop and smell a rose today. And get in touch. Get in touch with reality, okay? Stop worshiping money. Start worshiping the real bling. This is going to pay off better than you know. And this is my flower sermon. God bless you. Say bye. There's new tenants moving in downstairs. That's what all the noise is, and a new doggy moved in. Mwah!